The FBI is trying to clear up what exactly it wants from Apple in its fight to have the company unlock the phone belonging to one of the San Bernardino terrorists. Here's what Director James Comey said to lawmakers today.
This is the hardest question I've seen in government, and it's going to require negotiation and conversation. But I've been very keen to keep the Bureau out of the policymaking business. I think we have two roles in this context. One is in the cases. We must do a competent investigation following the murder of 14 people in San Bernardino, and we will, and we'll use whatever lawful tools are available to us. But in the larger conversation, I think our role is just to make sure folks understand what are the costs associated with moving to a world of universal strong encryption. There's tons of benefits. I love encryption. I love privacy. And when I hear corporations saying, we're going to take you to a world where no one can look at your stuff, part of me thinks, that's great. I don't want anybody looking at my stuff. But then I step back and say, you know, law enforcement, which I'm part of, really does save people's lives, rescue kids, rescue neighborhoods from terrorists. And we do that a whole lot through court orders that are search warrants. And we do it a whole lot through search warrants of mobile devices. And so if we're going to move to a world where that is not possible anymore, the world will not end, but it'll be a different world than where we are today and where we were in 2014. And so we just have to make sure that the Bureau explains to folks what the costs are so that people don't look at us 5 years from now and say, where were you guys when this happened? This is too important to let us drift.
Now, on the other side, Tim Cook is defending his company's decision to fight the government on this issue. Cook says unlocking the terrorist's phone would be, quote, bad for America.
Homeland Security and Justice correspondent Jeff Pegues is with us from Washington. Jeff, thanks for being here. So Comey argues that this case is only about the San Bernardino shooter's iPhone, although in those comments later on he did say that there would be some precedent that would be set. That was clear. Now, on the other hand, Tim Cook says this case isn't about one phone, but the future. So what's the likelihood of Apple and the government only focusing on cracking this one phone?
Well, listen, I think where both sides agree here is that this is a case about the future. And you heard, yes, both arguments there really from the FBI that, yes, this is about one case, but this is also about the bigger issue, which is how much access do the American people want to give law enforcement to these encrypted devices. And so this is a battle for the future, not only in terms of investigative tools that are out there for the FBI and really local police departments as well, but in terms of Apple, of course, concerned about this master key that it says the government wants to get into Syed Farouk, the San Bernardino terrorist's cell phone. So that is the common ground here, the focus on the future. And I thought, yes, that comment there that you picked from FBI Director James Comey was really telling because, yes, there will be a legal case here, but the FBI and really Apple as well are trying to push this debate to Congress, because both sides seem to agree that this is a debate that members of Congress should have as representatives of the American people.
Well, to that end, Jeff, I mean, we can expect tomorrow that Apple will likely file its legal challenge to the government.
Well, that's right. That's what we've been waiting for the last week or so. This is the deadline. Tomorrow is for Apple to file its challenge to this judge's ruling that Apple assists the FBI in breaking into this phone. So what we will see is Apple's case laid out in court finally. We've heard from sources familiar with Apple's legal strategy that there are going to be two components to their legal case. One, that writing code is an expression of free speech. But also another aspect of their legal case is something that I mentioned just a few seconds ago, that Apple believes this is a debate that Congress should be having. So finally tomorrow, with this deadline, we will get a look in writing at Apple's case. For the most part over the last week, this has been a case that has been fought out. It's been a PR battle, if you will. So now we will get Apple's concerns and their challenge to this judge's ruling in writing.
Certainly a lot at stake, Jeff. Jeff Pegues, thank you for joining us from Washington today.